come on in, Christian. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Done.
Thank you.
An amazing season, no doubt about it. 19 wins in the RB19 for Max. It's the easiest you've ever had it. I know. Look, I know that's perhaps doing it down, but I mean, honestly, you've not had one that dominant, have you?
No, I mean, this car, you know, is going to go down in the history books as a very, very special car, and to have won, what, 21 races out of the 22, just missing out on Singapore, it leaves room for improvement. But I mean, what a year. And I think more than anything, for all the men and women behind the scenes, back in the factory, from across the whole business, from, you know, the catering staff to the van drivers to the receptionists to the designers to the manufacturing to all the departments, marketing, IT, all you know, all the support staff as well that have made this happen and have played their role in making and delivering this car and operating it, because we've had to, you know, 22 different venues. We've won at 21 of them. There's been rain, there's been wind, there's been all kinds of conditions and strategy, and yeah, it's just been the most phenomenal year that I think everybody can take a huge amount of pride in what they've achieved.
Christian, you guys really do have an incredible winning spirit, and the determination at Red Bull is incredibly strong. So although you won almost everything and it was almost perfect, when you guys rejoin together and start looking at what you can do better next year, what are some of the things that are on that list?
Well, you're always looking to find marginal gains, and you know, it's never enough. We know our opponents, this will have motivated them more than ever to come back at us hard, and nothing stands still in this sport. Everything moves so quickly, and you could see as we weren't developing, the opposition coming closer and closer. So you know, we're going to hopefully take all of these lessons out of this car and apply it into our 20th car, RB20, next year, and try and defend these 2 titles.
Christian, you're a hell of a fighter, and you imbue the team, I think, with that attitude. You've had dominance. You've had a period in the doldrums where you've had to stand by and watch Mercedes mopping up all the trophies, and now you've come back with a vengeance. Is there some sort of sense of sweet revenge on that score? Is it how satisfying? How do you take some sort of extra pleasure in beating everyone else, or is it just the satisfaction of doing a great job for yourself?
I think it's all about winning. It's all about you know, achieving a goal, and I think we went through some difficult years, and we never lost sight of what our target was. In those difficult years, we were always picking up wins here and there. We never lost that fighting spirit, and you know, we still operate very much as an old school race team, and you know, we push the limits, we push ourselves, and I think, you know, nobody wants to let the side down, and you know, as soon as Honda came back with a competitive engine, then suddenly we were in a position to really capitalize on that, and I have to pay tribute to them for the role that they've played and the reliability that we've seen as well. So so yeah, it's a combination of all of those, but I think it's that unrelenting desire and spirit within the team that is enabling these kind of results.
I've just been handed a phone with an alleged breach of Article 12.2.1 of the International Sporting Code, statements made over the radio with regards to Sergio Perez. Are you aware of that? Anything at all on that front?
I have no idea about that, so I'll have to...
I shall hand the phone back then.
Yes, and, maybe it was some of his comments
so you're going to have to go
on the in and out. But I mean, you can understand drivers' frustration. I mean, how often do we see football players venting their frustration? The problem is that you know, everything is broadcast to a global audience, and you know, Checo to lose that podium after such a great drive, you can understand a bit of frustration.
Okay, on the subject of Checo, we know he's got a contract for next year. With the job that he's done this year, are you confident going into next year that you know, you're going to be fighting two-handed all year? He just said it kind of went away from him, the car.
Yeah, I think the last few races he's had a bit of a reset though, and I think that you know, his pace, when you look at the analysis through this weekend, again was very, very strong. He's just got to sort his Saturdays out. His race pace is there, his racecraft is fantastic. He's probably overtaken more cars than anybody this year.
Yeah.
But we just need him to be starting in the first 4 rather than you know, 9th or 10th or whatever his average has been over the last few races.
Ultimately, you said it, Christian, that all the teams are getting closer. So, you know, is this kind of performance from Checo? You know, he has it in him every now and again, but he does seem to drop the ball quite a lot. He has quite a lot this season. Is that kind of drive and those kinds of mistakes, is that going to be enough for next year? Because they are getting closer, aren't they?
Well, he still finished second in this World Championship and won some great races and put in some great drives. But I think he knows where his areas to improve are. I think a little bit of a reset in terms of how he goes about his racing next year as well. He knows it's a big year for him, and he'll take a bit of time this winter to reflect on, you know, where he needs to improve, and I'm sure he'll come back fighting next year.
Thank you, Christian. Appreciate it. Back to your menagerie of animals, I should imagine. Are you in the off-season? You got a bit going on over Christmas?
I got a horse running in 2 weeks, yeah.
Okay.
Lark Hill, point to point, if you want to come and have a look.
All right. What odds can I get on that? We'll work it out later, maybe. All right.
Okay.
Okay,
Well done.
thanks. Appreciate
Thank you very
it.
much.
Enjoy the